Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. For today's video I am going to tackle a big thing. Before me right now I have a mirror. I'm looking at myself in the mirror behind you guys, and there is quite a lot of post-it notes, and I have been using these post-it notes on the mirror to track my ideas essentially. So when I don't have time and go sit down and write the ideas, like write it down on the computer, I have just written it down on a post-it note. But I have a lot of book ideas here. I think it is 3-4 book ideas right now on the... no, 5 actually. Because these are not post-it notes, but it is an idea for the third book in the dark adult fantasy series that I'm writing. I'm publishing the first book in the series in 2023. So if you haven't seen that video already, I can link the book announcement and the publishing video in one of these corners and also in the description below, so that you can just keep up with what I'm doing. Today I'm tackling the mirror because I have a plan on removing the mirror and removing the lights that I have on either side to be able to have a corkboard that I can fill with ideas, because now it just looks a little bit weird having a mirror with the ideas. And since I like this kind of setup with having the ideas in front of me and just having them there, I want to have a dedicated spot for it. But enough about that. The way that I'm going to do this is not to use Scrivener or Google Docs, which I thought at first. What I'm going to do is actually follow a friend's advice and use Notion. I haven't prepared anything beforehand. I don't know how this is going to go. I feel like when I always do these sit-down videos when I'm doing something on the computer, I always feel like I never know what's going on. Like the thing with Notion, it is quite popular. I have seen a lot of videos, and since I love the productivity and those types of videos and that type of YouTube, I know what Notion is. But it always seemed so overwhelming. Click anywhere to just start typing. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and figure this stuff out, and then I'm going to come back with you and start working. I have done something. So here I have, it looks really boring right now, but I have book ideas. And then I did a untitled sub page, and here I'm going to title Book 2 Gods, because one of these, or many of these, is about book 2 in my series. It's going to be a 3-part series. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one right here. I did pick the ones that were next to each other. I don't really know what to do with this, but okay. I'm just gonna start writing down what I have written on this, and we'll just have to see where it goes. I'm going to do these in order of, I don't know, plot. The first paragraph is just about the overall idea of the book, I guess. What is going to happen, how my main character, what she is going to face in this book. I have other sections about subplots, because this right here is essentially a subplot. No, this is the main plot. So my first subplot is going to be romantic subplot. So basically my main character gets to a place where she doesn't really want to be and has to live with people that she hates. And in this world, the new world, there's also a kind of... he's a great guy, you know. So there's going to be a romance in this book as well. So what I'm gathering here is that I have 2 subplots, the romantic one and a mystery one. I have never written a mystery in my entire life, and I have never really read a mystery. The only mystery like that I can think of right now is House of Blood and Earth. House of Earth and Blood. Is that the name of the Sergio Mas book? That is like urban fantasy, but also a murder mystery. Because I love the murder mystery aspect of that book. It isn't like a thriller. It isn't like a horror or murder mystery in the sense that it sets in our world. It isn't like that, but it is in an urban fantasy setting, and there is a mystery that the main character wants to solve. And so that's the only thing I'm going on here. But so that is my second subplot, a murder mystery. And the murder mystery is actually connected with the third book in the series. I just kind of got a eureka moment. I knew this was going to happen. Like, I am focusing on editing Gods of Rot and Ruin, the first book in the series, but as soon as I'm delving deeper into my other ideas, I'm getting excited to write them. You know, it's all come together now. I'm getting ideas for book 3 as well. I have now done all the notes that I have on book 2 and book 3 of Gods of Rot and Ruin. Oh, I can change covers. These are actually really cute ones. What am I going to choose here? Maybe this one. It's cute, isn't it? Maybe I can just do another one and just show you guys how much you can do. I love this right here. You can capture a quote, you can put a divider, a call out. I've been using the call outs for doing like subplots. It's just really nice. Okay, but now I'm going to tackle one of my retellings, one of my retelling ideas that I have. It's essentially Norse inspired, the god of love, or goddess of love and war, which is Freya. So I got this idea for like a sapphic, I don't know if you call it that, but a romantic retelling of the goddess Freya and her love story, and like being able to break free of the bonds that the other gods had put on her, because there was like a whole backstory of Freya and her brother and her father being from another race than the Norse gods, and they were like captured. I read this on like a Wikipedia page but I read this and I really wanted to kind of make something out of that. So we're going to call it Freya Retelling. For this idea here, I have essentially all of the story right here on 5 post-it notes that I just dropped. I have everything that is going to be in the book in just 5 post-it notes. So I have an overarching structure. In my other ideas, like for book 2 and book 3, I have not really an overarching structure because I know more about the characters and I know more about the conflicts and everything. Right now I just have Freya and I have essentially what is going to happen in the book. Look here, I have like emojis for every book idea. So Freya has a sword because she is the goddess of war in Norse mythology, and then this I feel really like nervous about because there is so much. I don't know if you can see. There is so much and it's not really even in chronological order. I don't know how I put these here. I'm just gonna, I don't know, start writing, I guess. Okay. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I forgot to put on the thing. So essentially, I was just doing my thing and I have now put in all my book ideas. Currently, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 book ideas that I have put down, and 2 of them, the last ones, the new version of my YA fantasy that I wrote last winter. It doesn't have a name, or I had a title, but that doesn't really work anymore. So I'm just calling it The Girl and the Raven for now. If you go on here, there's nothing here. I haven't put anything there because I have all the ideas on my phone. And then I also have a magic realism. It's also about a house and trauma and dealing with that, because as you can see here, the first house idea that I had is also about trauma, but it's more like magical realism when it's really like flowery and whimsical and kind of crazy. A Mad Hatter and Wonderland is more of that vibe, but the magical realism right here that have an apple for the icon, that is set in Sweden, for example. It's going to be kind of traditional and it's going to be a dual point of view, mixed timeline. So one of the timelines is going to be early in the 1900s and the other timeline is going to be set in real time. 2 girls and their traumas and how they interconnect through a magical house. But when I was filming this, I got a really exciting email from the publisher that I am publishing my book with. They had a short story competition and the winners of the competition is going to be a part of their anthology. And sometimes it's like the publishers are reaching out to authors that they want to have on the work, and sometimes, like here in Sweden, we have a lot of short story competitions and you send in your short story, and if you win you can be a part of that. One of my short stories won, so that's really exciting. That's going to be published in 2022, so it will be even before I publish my debut novel. Anyway, that's freaking amazing and I'm so happy. But with that said, this was what I feel like a very chaotic kind of video, but I hoped that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you use Notion. I feel like if I just get a hang of Notion and if I use it long enough, I think I will love it, because when it comes to tracking ideas or tracking schoolwork, just having a calendar or a schedule, I think Notion is great for that. And I also think that it's great for studying, because there was a lot of things that you could do. You could put in different types of texts, you could put in pictures, or whatever you want to do you can essentially do in Notion. So this was a really fun experience, and I need to thank my writer friend who recommended me of this, Alice. She has a YouTube channel, but here is the results. I guess you could say. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know if you use Notion like I said. How do you track your ideas? Don't forget to subscribe because I post a new video every week, every Thursday. Next week it's going to be kind of a New Year's focused. I'm going to do a 2021 recap of the goals, and I'm going to do a 2022 goal setting. And I'm really excited for that video. So please subscribe and stick around to watch that and see what comes in the new year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!